Hey guys, my name is Sefy Tofan and today I want to show you how you can build your own MCP servers in less than 10 minutes, so stay with me. The first thing I did is I went to Cursor and I created this mcp.md. So this is the entire instructions you need to actually create an MCP server. And as always, if you check the description below, I added this into one of my gists, so you can just download this. There are more files that you will be able to find in this gist, so stay with me and I'll tell you exactly which ones. So before we even start running this, and I will show you the exact step-by-step I took, I want to talk just for a moment, because you probably saw a lot of videos about MCP. What is the potential of building your own MCP servers and how you can actually use them? Because I get a lot of questions from people in my community telling me about, I didn't find many use cases other than connecting Firecrawl or Brave Search MCP to my Cursor, and this is what I'm using. But I want to show you something. So that's the idea behind MCP. There is an MCP client, which is a program like Cursor, Windsurf, for example, or Claude. And this MCP client knows how to talk using the protocol of MCP and transport information to an MCP server. In the server, this is what we are building. You have tools. Now, the tools, for example, could be the complete API and all of the list of tools that you can engage with Claude or OpenAI. So when you would like to actually use this, so let's say that you are building an application using Cursor and your application needs AI capabilities that those LLMs can create. For example, you can use OpenAI to generate text, generate images, generate videos, generate voice. So if you want to have an application that uses all of those functions, but you want to have an application that the user itself can also change between using Claude or using OpenAI, you can create one server that lists both of those tools. And then instead of hard coding the complete APIs for the Claude API and the OpenAI API, all you need to do is create this MCP server, save it somewhere that it's not locally, it's on some virtual machine online, and then you can just call this server when you are building the application. So instead of wasting a lot of time on building the actual code that you need to create the API for every single call you need, for example, generate text, generate audio, generate video, generate image, instead, you just use list tools, which lists all of the tools within the MCP server, and then the intelligence behind the application can use some of the tools to operate the actions you want to have or the functionalities you want to have within your application. So this is how you can start building robust applications using MCPs. Because if you figure out that your application needs 4 different MCP servers, that one that generates text, one that generates audio, one that generates video, one that generates images, you can use 4 different MCPs or one MCP from this one of those big companies, and then you can build all of the application without hard coding every single API point that you will need to have within your application. So with that being said, let's go over how I've built this ElevenLabs MCP server. So the first thing I did is I just gave him these instructions, this MD file, and I told him I want to build an MCP server. The server should be for ElevenLabs. Do you need me to bring you the documentation? And he didn't even need me to provide this information. He just started installing the Model Context Protocol SDK, Zod, TypeScript, TSX, installing all of those packages. And then the main thing I found as a problem is that because I'm using Windows and I'm not using Mac, I just needed to change the MCP JSON config itself a little bit. So this is how I have structured it for Windows. It will be a bit different for Mac. So if you want, again, it's in the gist, I'll share both the Windows and the Mac one. Of course, you won't get my ElevenLab API key here. I will probably delete it after this video. But the only problem I found is that I needed to do the mcp.json itself. Once I had it, I could just come here, grab this, go to Cursor settings, and then when I edit the MCPs, right? So in Cursor settings, I went to MCPs, and when I edit the MCPs, I just paste it here. I saved it, and then I had the JSON MCP file that could call the actual MCP server for ElevenLabs. The moment that was ready, I could use the tool. So what I did first is get all of the voices. So it listed all of the different voices in ElevenLabs, and there are so many voices that it's just finish the conversation. It was just too long. So I needed to create another conversation. And in this conversation, I could finally generate a voice using ElevenLabs. So I want to show you how it will work. I can just tell him, can you please generate a voice and save it to the audio folder saying, and you will hear it soon. And I just told him using the MCP tool. He created the tool like text to speech. He created it, saved it here. Now we're probably gonna move it to the audio folder. And yes, we have it here.
Thank you for being here. You are awesome. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content.
Okay, so as you can see, it generated the complete voiceover, and it took me less than really 10 minutes to create this MCP server. Now, from my perspective, this is amazing, and the next goal would be to create a couple of those different servers and then save them to an online virtual machine, so I can just call those servers whenever I want them. So if you want to learn how to do it, this will probably gonna be dropped into the channel next week. And I hope this video helps you if you want to learn more about Cursor, how to build application, but also how to market your application and bring them to market, because that's my experience. I had a marketing agency with 82 employees and we served thousands of clients worldwide. You can check the description below. I will give you a link to my school community where I teach you how to use Cursor, how to build application, how to build AI agents, but also how to market them and build a business out of it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.